don't think that she was in a space where she was ready for that. Based on the episodes I've seen before Loren was on versus now, I think what the issue is that Jess wasn't someone she got in for her one trick and didn't learn other tricks, if that makes sense.
No clearance. What up? What's happening? What's cracking, everybody? And welcome back to another episode of the No Clearance Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler, here with two amazing people. We got Queen of the Pod, host of Dare to Talk in the building. KC, how you doing?
We're alive and well.
Indeed.
I don't know why I yelled that. That was weird.
We got the greatest producer of all podcasts here with us today. We got Jay, Mr. West. Jay, how you doing, bro?
I'm good. I'm just happy to be here another week. This is my favorite day of the week. I think about it all week.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Me too. I
think about the 15th and the 30th.
I be thinking about basketball, my basketball days. We coming up on my last basketball day for like a good month.
Oh, damn.
And yeah. I'm not trying to pull a Kobe. I ain't gonna pull a 60 on them. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna try to do a little something.
Do some numbers.
I'm gonna try to
Don't limp off the court. Walk strong.
With your chest out, head held high.
Yes. When that dude tore his Achilles and walked off the court. What a beast. Man. What a beast.
Hey.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. man. Speaking of R.I.P. man, R.I.P. to George Foreman, man. Legendary heavyweight boxer. Last night, I told my wife about George Foreman.
Mm.
She was on the phone with her cousin, and they both said, the one with the grills? I said, now y'all know he's way more famous for something else.
Now hold on. Wait a second. I'm gonna give him his athletic credit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I really don't think these young kids understand. Y'all got the air fryers, but back in the day, everybody had a grill. You know what I mean? You seasoned that chicken, grill. You threw it on there. There was no paninis. You pressed it in that goddamn grill.
I went to my grandma's to go steal hers because she ain't using it.
Not steal.
And my aunt threw it away.
It's a bit old, isn't it? Do they still make them?
But
that
thing made the best chicken tenders, man. When you try to eat healthy, put them
grill marks. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
there was nothing better than seeing that fat and oil just flow down the grill into the tray, and then you pull the tray out, and they be like, "Ooh, we done killed the fat. We done burned the fat off. We gonna have some good chicken today."
I got one.
Good chicken breasts.
I just bought one recently. They're not very expensive.
Wait, they still sell them?
Oh, yeah. You know what? I haven't used it yet. But I don't think it's the same. It's not the same what they used to be.
Well,
public service announcement. Just because you cook something on the Foreman grill, it don't make it healthy.
But it's similar to air fryer.
Yeah.
Just because you know what I mean?
Yeah,
motherfuckers be baking cakes and shit in the air fryer. That doesn't make it healthy.
You put tater tots in an air fryer. That ain't healthy.
Now, George Foreman was a heavyweight champ. I don't want to say sadly, but one of the greatest boxing matches of all time, the Rumble in the Jungle, with Muhammad Ali and George Foreman, where Muhammad Ali pulled off the incredible rope-a-dope, and took away, George Foreman's heavyweight title. But that is still what he did as a boxer. And that whole era of boxers, I think they're all passed away now. Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali, George Foreman. Side note, allegedly I'm related to Joe Frazier by marriage. Allegedly. I gotta double check with my pops and mom, but by marriage, I'm related to Joe Frazier from Philly.
So it's allegedly now? You told me back in the day, you told me
here's
that
the
was
thing.
A fact.
He was supposed to come to the family reunion one year. I was looking forward to this. He didn't show. So after that, I've been guessing ever since. That's just how it is.
I'm screaming, not guessing.
You feel me?
I cannot.
But R.I.P. to the legend, man. R.I.P. to the legend. All right. Let's get into our topics, man. Let's get into Jalen's nerd news. Jay, what's going on, man?
This week, I'm talking about one of the biggest things that's happened in anime in a while. Solo Leveling just dropped its 12th episode, and It was insane. Like I've like this is one of them shows that's getting to the point where it's like the big ones now, like animation wise. What we just seen this week had people going crazy. It was the main character Jin Woo. He fought this giant ant dude. Like he was like an evil ant, strong as hell, and it was amazing. I know that sounds stupid, but what I just said, but like it was amazing. It was like it was peak anime. Like it was good. But Solo Leveling, it's on a second season. It's a newer anime. It's actually adapted from a Korean manga. Casey, just
Okay, I might tune in.
so
Okay.
it's different. It's not usually. I don't know. Actually, I'm not. I can't say that for sure. But I haven't watched a lot of animes that have been adapted from other countries, like other
Mhm.
Asian countries. In Korea, it's called a manhwa, not a manga. So I don't know the difference, but that's what they call it. That's what they call their comic style of
Mm.
the books that the animes are mostly based off of. But yeah, this show is really cool. It's honestly, I've seen a lot of stuff on social media about the main character just saying he's like the coolest dude in the world. They say he's what the kids be saying, he's aura farming.
What
And
the
it's
heck is
like,
What?
that?
you know how when they be saying like, oh, he got aura. That's what the kids be
Uh-huh.
saying now. So like they say he's
Is
aura
that the same thing
farming.
as Riz, or that's different?
Riz means charisma.
So what's aura? What is it? I
Aura is
mean,
Vibe.
like
He just
you
has
just a
the
vibe, like you're just cool, like you got aura,
presence. He
oh
has a
like you just a
presence.
fuck!
presence.
I'm
So
getting
like
old.
the
Jesus
kids have been
Christ!
saying in this show that the character's so cool, he's like aura farming because like
Now
they
I'm putting it
literally
together.
got
Gotcha.
him doing like I started watching the show and as I've gone, I'm like, yo, this is just the coolest nigga of all time in like any anime. Like this nigga
Okay.
rolled up hands in pockets. Like everyone's getting their ass with this nigga rolled up hands in pockets. They didn't even know he showed up. They was like, how did he get here? The nigga just showed up. This nigga was like, I'm here now. Hands in pockets. Let's start fighting. Like this nigga's cool as shit. I recommend this anime to y'all. I know we have an issue with recommendations lately. But I will highly recommend this anime. If you ever have the hankering for anime,
Where can we
I
catch it
think
on?
Thank you, Casey.
Crunchyroll, of course. Crunchyroll.
Oh man, I hate
You
this
guys got the
shit.
Crunchyroll.
account. It's free. I got the, and it's in English.
Mm.
It's in
How many
English.
Okay,
episodes?
English with subtitles, or
Oh, yeah, English with subtitles. Yeah, of course.
can we do in the native tongue with subtitles, or no? That's not an option.
That's always an option.
Okay.
Oh,
How
you
many
want to play the
episodes
language? How many
per season?
episodes? Um, I'm not 100% sure because
Cause
I think it's like 12 or 13. It's a
yeah, I'm gonna
short
tell
one.
you,
It's not a
I'm gonna
very
tell
long
you
one.
where,
It's not a very long anime.
I'm gonna tell
Oh
you where
brother,
Attack on
here
Titan
Tygo.
made me give up. Once I got about 8 in and I looked and I was like, damn, it's like was Attack on Titan. They had a lot of episodes, like 20
Not
something.
really,
Am I
like
tripping?
50
I
something,
thought
maybe
I
60
was going to
something.
say
Yeah,
that's
that's
on the
one of the
low end.
shorter ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
The first season's the longest season was 24 episodes, but the second season's like 12.
So
The
I just got
third,
to get through
Ty,
the
because
first season.
here's my thing,
you
Tyler.
don't got to get to
Because
the
when
first season. If
people
you didn't
watch
like it in 8
anime,
episodes, you ain't gonna like it
you're
in 8.
not you don't sit and
No,
watch
no,
anime
no,
in one
no, no.
sitting.
Look, some of
If
them
you
Jones
get
was
8
hard.
episodes into Attack on Titan, you just don't like it.
Attack on Titan was hard. I enjoyed the first
I think
You
episode.
I
don't
would
gotta
say that
get
was
through.
one of my favorite
You
It
don't
was
animes.
gotta
wear and tear
get
on my
through
brain.
anything. The way anime works, anyways, is arc based. So like
Mm-hmm.
they do different story arcs in a season. So like you could watch a couple episodes and it's like a complete story, and then like
They
you
just
don't have
totally
to
switch it up.
Yeah.
not totally switch it up. They just go on to the next
I
thing.
mean, it's gonna be
It's a
aligned, but
continuous story.
it's
Yeah,
yeah. There you go.
it's not. Yeah, it's just continuous going on. Like once they defeat a threat, they chill for
You
us.
got to come up with something else.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
something else happens, and then so on and so on, and then you get to the finale, something big happens. You
Oh,
know, that's usually how most shows work
I'm screaming.
when they're long.
Tyler,
what a
don't
time.
change.
Hey, I love you. I
Solo
love you to death, brother. But yeah, Solo
solo
Leveling is
leveling.
the top anime right now. It
This
broke the
Okay.
title
internet
sounds
with this
deep.
most episode. Um,
Solo
the to give you a quick little synopsis, it's about
Mm.
this guy. It's about this guy. He's in a world where like 10 plus years ago, that's what they say, 10 plus years ago, everyone just happened to get powers
Oh,
like
that's
out of
hard.
nowhere. And like it's like a scaling system. So they do it from E to S. So S, A, B, C, D, E. E is the lowest of low. And he's like the weakest one at first. At first.
Oh shit. Okay.
And now because something happens, he ends up getting powers, and then his power is like he's the only person. Because like once you get a certain grade, you stay at that level. You don't go better or worse. You just could get smarter, but like you can't get better, stronger, or weaker. You know.
That kind of sucks though.
But he's the only one who he keeps growing.
Okay.
Like his powers, like he like sees the world as like a video game. Like he gets like pop-up screens, like level up, like stuff like that, and like only he can see it, and he gets like he's so strong right now.
Sounds like he's a schizophrenic.
He's OP. No, but something happens and they give him a power.
if you're
like,
only seeing the things, you know what I mean? That's
but it's because
cool.
It's this program that got put into him.
It's
something. It's a whole thing. We don't know exactly what it is, but like we can see the screens that pop up, but no one else is because of it's his power. Like it's basically like he has an inventory. Like he's picking out. He could take stuff out. Like it's like he's in a video game. Like
KC, if you had a superpower,
it's a good show. It's a really good show.
Yeah, it sounds crazy. Kind of sound crazy. It kind of sounds like Flash. Never mind. It's not gonna add up. KC, if you had a superpower,
don't hurt yourself. Yeah.
What would that be? What would it be?
Man, you know, everybody be talking about telepathy. I don't really want to know what these motherfuckers thinking. I want to fly. Call me basic. You don't got to worry about traffic. You're never late. And here's my thing. My biggest, I think, con to me as a person is I'm always late. I try my best. I will say I'm earlier than Jada, but I'm always late.
Teleportation might do you better. Flying might not be the best because, you know, it gets cold up there.
You know what? Teleporting then. I just need to be able to get somewhere and get there quick. You know what I mean?
Teleport. Teleport's the one to go.
I have a tardiness issue. What about you, Ty?
Why didn't you think of this?
If I had the superpower to just be able to eat as much as I want to.
Oh, this motherfucker. You know what?
Burn that bitch off.
Yo, I'm going to tell you right now. Remember Casey I told this?
The way to Tyler's heart is a plate. I don't think y'all are understanding this.
Oh, my God.
I'll be straight with that, bro.
Let me tell you. The way this is a human garbage disposal, the fact that he wants that to be his power is just
I'm like, out of all things.
Out of all things. First of all, I'd need a combination of powers.
Well,
wait, okay, I didn't know we could do combos.
Here's the thing. I can't
just have one power.
My bad. In general, I would have something where my metabolism is like ridiculously quick, which probably gives me something
that balances out.
Actually, you know, not on some flash shit. I don't really need to be running fast.
Nigga said he wanted to be really fast.
That's what that's getting at. Right? You want to?
I wouldn't use the speed,
metabolism part of the Flash's powers.
I wouldn't use the speed. Just the shit where he move his hands so quick he can go through a wall and shit like that. I'd really just be doing that shit.
Oh my God!
Yo, he wants like the Flash's main power is speed. Nigga, you just want super speed. You don't have to run fast. You can just do that shit.
Oh Lord, I'm screaming.
Oh man, Jesus! I'd be like fire powers.
Fire?
Oh
like
Lord,
pyromaniac. I'd be like, burn up, nigga.
Nigga, like the whole city, Boston just be fucking in flames.
I get mad and be like, just everything burns up.
See, but then that's not beneficial because then you got to keep your cool all the time.
I'd be a fighter.
The way Jalen
I'd be a actual superhero. I'll be flying around shit, fighting niggas.
Right.
Oh, I'm not. Right. Yeah, I'm not using my powers for anybody but myself.
I'm Chris. That would be how I'm gonna get paid. I deal out contracts to different places where they need a superhero, and I come and I.
Now, if we could really shake something up, I wouldn't mind.
You could own a restaurant and cook everything on open, over wood
you could do hibachi.
Ain't that the lamest way to use my superpower?
How is that lame? You're making money, and you get to see Tyler all the time because he's always gonna stop by and eat. You know what I mean? You're not thinking. Tyler like, yeah, run me that play.
This
Come
nigga
on.
be like, this nigga be like, I be like, oh, what's your power T? Oh, I could digest food really fastly. So I'm gonna eat all your food. I could eat nonstop. All I want to do is eat.
I'm a cover that, bro.
Hey, you lucky. You know what? You lucky you ain't overweight, bro. Because the way
No,
you
I
eat,
thank
man,
God I've thoroughly I've made a change. I've made a very much
I'll
change
never
in my
forget
eating
that
habits.
day, man.
Good.
A whole pound
Yeah.
of shrimp. Whole pound of shrimp.
That's nothing, bro. A pound of shrimp is not
That's
a lot.
scary.
Whole pound of shrimp.
That's
Fisherman's
scary
platter.
stuff. That's. I mean, every time
Seafood
we
is
talk
light,
about
bro.
this, it's
Seafood is
that's
light, bro.
scary stuff to me. It's just
Whole
spooky.
pound of cooked shrimp.
Seafood is light. I'm
The
just trying to
cold
tell you.
version.
This
No,
means
it
that
was
that's a
warm. It
salad.
was
Oh, it's the
warm.
warm?
It was not cold.
It
Yeah,
looked
no,
cold.
no. It was steam. Don't play me. Don't
The
play me. All right.
steam.
Oh well, what else we got? Jay, we got Daredevil.
Sorry,
Right?
we got really off track. Well, you know what? It's a little late for us. I feel like we're
just vibing out.
no, we just chilling. You know,
I'm a
we got
vibe
some
out
some
today.
late night vibes. But we got to talk about it again. Daredevil episode 4.
Let's talk
What
about
did
it.
you think, T?
What did I think?
Mhm.
Daredevil is continuing to be pushed to emotionally. I think some parts of the storyline wasn't adding up. I think this fourth episode, the storyline wasn't making sense to me a little bit. There's a lot of things out of whack. I had an interesting thought when Daredevil decided to go to the roof and start messing with his tool. You know, my thing about that was there wasn't good coochie. Wasn't good coochie.
Jesus Christ.
Cause she was supposed to put that nigga to sleep. Now he has so much on his brain that he can do that and then just lay on that bed
The
with his
man
eyes
is
open.
fighting his demons.
Oh Lord, let me talk. Okay, the fact that he could do that with that woman and then lay on that bed with his eyes open, seeing nothing, it'd be like, damn, I gotta get out of this bed. It's absolutely absurd to me. You know what I'm saying? That could have waited till the morning. I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? That shit had me laughing like, damn, that must not have been good. My nigga was just laying in the bed, eyes open like, damn.
I'll entertain this. I'll entertain it.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
maybe she just didn't put it down. Maybe she just didn't put it down.
She still had the shirt on.
Maybe he had to do all the work. You know, and he was just like not satisfactory.
I thoroughly believe. Yeah. Because he was like, let me go upstairs. Let me go upstairs and work on this tool.
I will say though, old boy, he been around the block. You know what I'm saying?
He had a rough day though. He had a rough day.
Matt Murdock's a little bit of a hoe. You know, he be getting around.
Was it the same day he was flirting with the attorney?
Yeah, he's flirting with Shorty, dude. Shorty, the what's it called? The
district attorney,
other lawyer, the DA.
Yeah.
He was flirting with her.
DA.
Old boy was,
A little
on the moves. He's a little bit of a hoe. You know what I'm saying? He
now I will say one
with
thing.
the redhead. He slept with Rosario Dawson. Now he got Shorty
collecting bodies.
He collected bodies.
Exactly.
Yeah, he probably could have bagged Shorty, the other lawyer, the DA.
I will say one thing.
He probably bagged his partner. The man is a beast.
Kingpin's arc is getting very interesting with this man that he's kidnapped. Let me tell you something. I will be damned if I was in a therapy session and the man my wife cheated with, and you start talking about the nigga, and the first thing she gonna say to a cold-blooded killer is he had exceptional hands. That's the first thing you gonna say about the nigga?
That was rough. That was rough.
Like, she know who she dealing with, and you just gonna
But she knows.
throw that out there.
She knows. She knows he dead. She know he dead. She thinks he's dead. Actually,
Nah, that's fair. That's fair.
he's not
I
dead,
get
but
it.
she thinks he's dead.
And I know therapy is intense, you know what I'm saying? But damn, the first thing you say is what made you, mess with him. You ain't say nothing about, oh, he
How
was
that make it?
cool, he
Yeah,
was nice to me.
but
His
she being
hand?
honest, bro. She being
That
honest when
shit
she's supposed to
crazy, bro.
lie. Oh,
Yes.
he made me laugh. It's therapy. You're
Yes.
supposed to lie to your therapist. I mean, they're lying right now, but you're supposed to
Yes.
lie. I'm not. Tell me.
Yes.
You like the nigga's hands? I cut them off. I'm just saying. You know?
Wow, crashing
But
out.
to get all seriousness, Tyler,
And
the
who cuts
man,
up one piece of pasta?
to get
That nigga,
the
I'm sorry.
dude, well, he was doing that as a form of torture.
This nigga cut up
That
one
nigga had an
piece.
immaculate plate of sausage and pasta in
Sorry,
front of this
Busy,
man.
it's
He
a
got
we.
captive. But to get on my overall thoughts of the episode it was good. I thought it was good. I thought it was excellently acted. The Daredevil and Punisher scene was really good.
Hold on. Oh, my bad. That was the big part of the thing.
Yeah.
Casey, tell me how crazy this shit is, right? First of
Oh, okay.
all, Daredevil could find the casing
Okay.
easily. I know he got all this super sensitive shit going on with
He
his
got super
blindness, but
hearing.
nigga could find the casing in the sewer. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how he did this shit, right? But from there, mind you, they don't say anything about the Punisher this whole season. We don't come up until the end of season 3. By the way, I did say Punisher was coming. I just want to throw that
You
out
mean
there.
episode 3?
Yeah, episode 3. How this nigga just end up in his office? This nigga just start walking.
Well, listen. This is where you
I feel
have
like I'm missing
suspension of
something. You're not
disbelief.
saying everything.
That's what I'm
You're not telling
saying.
me everything.
That's what I'm saying.
But
Casey, the
you
shit ain't
gotta
make
have
no
some
sense.
type of suspension of disbelief. Obviously, he probably keeps track of where the nigga is. He just going around catching bodies left and right. How he not gonna know where the Punisher is? He's
So
Daredevil.
now
He's
you cool with shit
Daredevil.
not making no sense,
How's that not make any sense?
bruh.
How's that not make any sense? So you're gonna tell me a guy who's a vigilante and keeps track of all the fucking
If
bad guys
the
in the city
nigga
doesn't know
said
where the
I'm done with
Punisher
this
is? Someone
life,
who he knows is just shooting up niggas left and right? Come on,
if he
man.
said I'm done with this life and been giving up all
But
types
here's
of
the
shit,
thing. But that's what I'm saying, Tyler. But that's the point of the season. He's saying he's done with his life, and he's slowly but surely
Not the
going
two
back
hands up.
into
I'm screaming.
that. You gotta have some type of suspension of disbelief. That wasn't too unbelievable. That Daredevil knew where the Punisher was stationed up.
I don't know, man.
Like,
But go ahead.
of
I'm
course
sorry.
he's
Go
gonna
ahead.
know where he is. But again, that scene I thought was really well acted. I thought that was the strongest part of the episode.
Fair.
I thought that episode. I haven't seen anything acted this well in a Marvel project in a while. Like that, like the acting wise was really good. I thought it was the Daredevil's looking for an excuse to go back to being Daredevil, and the Punisher knew that, and I just thought it was like excellent how they were going back and forth.
What do you mean looking for an excuse?
So basically the whole premise of the season is he gave it up. He gave up being Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
So like the whole season is like shit keeps happening. And he's like fighting the urge to go back the whole time. Like there's dirty cops, people are dying. You know,
He's trying to do everything
he's trying
through
to
the
do everything.
system, believing the system's gonna work.
Yep.
Trying to do his lawyer
He's
thing.
trying to do
Always,
everything the right way without having to get his
he's
hands
been
dirty.
helping people,
Yeah.
and it seemed like every time he takes one step forward, 2 steps back. You know,
Yeah.
he freed Puerto
Oh,
Rican,
okay.
freed the white tiger. Next thing you know, they killed a white tiger.
Oh, you got
Like,
White
dang.
Tiger got popped.
What was the point of me even
White Tiger
doing
got
all of
popped.
that?
Doing all that work. Okay,
You know
gotcha.
what I'm saying? And you know,
Damn, that's tough.
I didn't like this part of the episode with the black guy in jail that wanted probation.
Yeah, it didn't
And
make no sense.
oh boy just got out for doing the same thing, asking for probation. I thought that was a stupid part of the episode. I didn't like. I get what they were trying to do with it. I just think that was written really bad. Like they could have done anything else. Yeah, like he was like, oh, I stole it because I ain't got food. Last time I got locked up, I lost my benefits because I missed my meeting because I got locked up for stealing because I was hungry. But it was stupid. I was like, he could have
It
did
was a
it if
waste
you
of a monologue.
because it was a waste of a monologue
Mm,
on like a really deep monologue on a character
yeah.
that didn't deserve it because he
Yeah.
was locked up again for stealing food. But when the nigga stole food, he stole 5 bags of the shit and not just one. Like he wasn't a
Maybe
good
he
guy.
had a family.
No, he was like his whole speech was talking about, oh, I deserve a dessert every now and again. Blah, blah, blah.
I'm fucking screaming. Them
It was like
nigga
he
had a sweet
he
tooth.
was like, it was like it would have made sense if it was just one. Like,
God, okay.
the
You're
nigga
saying
stole
it was just too
5.
much. It just didn't make
Yeah.
sense.
And then he
Mm.
got him like a really good deal. He won probation and Matt got him 5 days after the nigga just
Oh, that's not
served
bad.
30. The nigga
Yeah.
just served 30 and he got him
Mm,
5 days. Like, that's some good lawyering.
that
But
is.
other than that, I thought the episode was really good. I think the streak is still going. I still think Marvel's back with this. It's been consistent. They have
I just
some
don't.
dumb.
I don't. I'm not. I
It's
think
been
you're
consistent.
saying that very prematurely.
No, I think Marvel's back. We only got it. We halfway through the season, so
KC,
it feels good. I get what you're
I
saying,
think
Tyler.
I
Oh, how
don't
did it
think they
get
had
there?
a I don't
But I
think they
don't
had a
think that
good
was this.
2 minute drill. They didn't go into the half, as strong as they could have. They didn't go in
I
halftime
thought
as
they
strong as they
did.
could have.
I thought they
I
Is
think
won.
is
they
see? So Tyler, it's solid, but not enough to say, "Hey, we're back."
I just think you've been poisoned. I
by
just
who?
think you've been poisoned
No, I
by
think. I
all the
think. I
talk
think
that
we're
Marvel's
being.
bad, and you just lost it. You lost the
I
light.
think he's a realist. I
This
think
is
that's what
good.
it
I,
is.
It's
I
really good. It's really good,
So this
objectively.
can two things could be true. Marvel cannot be back and maybe in ramping up
yeah
to be back, and
yeah.
the show can be good. Like it's
Nah,
not taking
Marvel's
a dig
back.
at the show.
Marvel's back.
I don't know.
Marvel's
I
back.
just think
Nah.
that's a very bold statement.
I
Yeah,
don't think so. Marvel's back.
yeah.
But yeah, that's Jalen's nerd corner.
Jalen,
Daredevil's
hey.
episode 4
Dun,
was
da, da,
really good.
da.
So let's hear from let's hear from Casey. Casey, we appreciate your patience.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll
It's
let
time for
y'all.
I went a
You know.
little
KC with the
long. I
tea.
went a little long. I'm sorry about it.
It's time
No,
for
but I
KC
was
with the
paying
tea.
attention. I was
KC, what's going on? Let's clink the cups.
Oh,
Clink,
clink,
clink.
clink. Yay. Okay, so in Casey's corner or Casey's tea time, we are talking about the one and only Lizzo. So I don't know if you've all been like in
Champagne.
Patrick's Boulder house under a rock and not in tune, but Lizzo has dropped some LBs. And so because Lizzo has dropped LBs, I think there's this like newfound confidence. And I think she is noticing that people are responding differently, I guess, to her, weight loss. Supposedly Carisha, allegedly Carisha went on to what show was that with what's his name? I'm blanking.
Shannon Sharp.
Shannon Sharp's show
Now
went
you know that,
on
Carisha.
to you know what I mean to
Go ahead.
Uncle Show, and somehow Lizzo came up or whatever, and Carisha made a like ill or saying something to not I guess to come off and bother Lizzo so much so that Lizzo was on live and was like, "Yo, let me call Carisha, let's see what's up." And goes on and says like, "Yeah, what was that all about? What was the ill for?" And this, that, and the third. Now here's my thing. I personally don't like Lizzo. And I'll explain why, and then we can like move forward with the conversation. I don't like Lizzo because I think she spent too much time and energy making her physicality her like personality. Right? I think there are people who are heavy. Cool. I like to think I'm a big bitch myself. And I think that's cool. But when you make that your whole personality and like everything you do is like, I'm big, look at me.
Yeah.
It seems to be too much. It's very gimmicky, right? I also knew, I was like, Lizzo, when she first came out, I was like, let her get a little bit of money. Them brand deals start coming through. All of a sudden, you like, you know what? Let me slim down. And that's exactly what she did. She lost some weight. I knew that she wasn't going to be the mascot for big bitches for too long
She also
because
lost
you
some
get to a
money.
point, you know what I mean, where businesses don't want to align with you because being big is not, in their opinion, healthy, right? And so there was a lot of backlash. I also think Lizzo dresses. There's a way to dress sexy, but not like an asshole. She dresses like a dickhead.
Remember when
There was
she had her
one
ass out
basketball
at the
game.
basketball game?
She
That was
had cheeks
crazy.
all out. Literally, the shorts were just covering her crack. That's insane.
You remember the
That's
dress
insane.
though with the ass out? The assless dress
See
she
what I'm
wore?
saying?
That was
And,
crazy.
and then people love to say, "Oh well, if Rihanna wore it." No, but
Nah.
Rihanna wears things, and it's still like that line of like classy. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Even when she had the dress, she had the all diamonds. We know she ass naked, but she had the fur to cover her boobs, or you know what I mean. It's very. I'm not. If I give you one, I'm not going to give you the other. Lizzo's very much so balls to the wall. And so literally balls to the walls. So I think now she's in this new like era of her life where she's like, getting health. Well, she's always been healthy, supposedly. She, veganism, working out, losing weight, got her clothing line with her active wear and things of that nature.
What's it
I
called?
love that for her. But you
Yitty?
can't get yeah, yitty. You can't get mad at people if they're like, nah, that's not for me. That's not somebody being a hater. That's not them being fat phobic. It's just not for them. And I say this as a bigger bitch. So it's not fat phobic. You know what I mean? You just can't expect people to be like, oh my God, yay. Because your whole persona, your whole personality was about being bigger than life, literally.
Isn't she facing a lot of backlash for losing this weight? Like her fans are like, "Oh, I thought she was supposed to be body positive and
Yeah.
this and that," and you're like, "You
But
lost
that's
a
what I'm
bunch of
saying.
weight."
You've literally pulled people in because you're like, I'm big and I'm proud.
Yeah,
So it looks weird when it's like, wait, what happened to being big and proud? Why are you losing all this weight?
I
You know what I mean?
feel like it's a catch
Question.
22.
Yeah, quite. Yeah, can you? So here's the thing. Lizzo's still big. I respectfully.
Okay.
I say
No,
this respectfully. She's
yeah.
still big. That's one. But two, why can't you be proud of being big and still do things to try to extend your life?
Come on,
You know,
life extension. Yeah.
just because like just she could have been proud of being big, but still wanted to make healthy choices. Just because you're proud of
Right.
being big, don't mean you need to go eat barbecue and go to Popeyes every day.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. No, that's real.
Certain things just don't add up. And then she was going the vegetarian route
Vegan.
anyway. She was
I f-
bound to lose the weight.
yeah, I feel like if she just was like, "Oh, I feel like working out now. Like I'm just gonna work out. And I feel like eating healthy." How is that not being body positive?
And it's not like
If
she lost this
she didn't, yeah,
overnight.
she
She
worked.
just,
Yeah.
She worked
but
at it. She's
Shout out
working
my
at it.
Ozempic baddies. Yeah.
She don't
now
look like.
question
I'm
though,
looking at a
but
picture now. She actually don't look like she on Ozempic. She don't got the sunken face.
No, she doesn't.
I
Ozempic, you
got
have
a
a certain look.
question though, because while she does promote her size,
Mm-hmm.
she also always laid her hat on her musicality, being able to play that flute while twerking. There are
No, that's a
certain things
lot.
about
She
her as
already
an act
dances a lot.
that
Mm.
she that doesn't go away because she lost weight. That's still
Right.
impressive. You feel
Mm.
what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
for now I don't know who out there is is feeling some type of way that she lost weight.
A
I
lot
know a
of
lot of
bigger people.
I've
A lot
heard
of
a lot
bigger
of
people.
stories about
Now,
boyfriends getting mad at their girlfriends for losing weight. I've heard a lot of stories about that.
I knew someone
So
that I knew
it,
someone
it
that
can
had
it
that happen
can be a
to.
real thing, but
here,
it's
here's
just
my
interesting.
thing. I think that it depends. I think if she had came out with that mentality of like, I am not the average size, and that is okay, right? I think if she came at it with a different angle, nobody would be making and feeling some type of way about it. I think because she made her whole shit about being big, like
Uh huh.
even down
Yeah.
to like her dancers had to be big, and
Weren't
like
Yeah.
everything
didn't she call
around
her
her
tour
was
like
a
the really big tour? Cause she's
See what I'm
big?
saying? You know what I mean? If but this is why I say when you are, and this goes for like radio personnels, actresses and things of that nature, you cannot make your whole persona something that is tied to your physicality. Why? Because over time your body changes. right? You can't say that's like me being proud of, having 2 legs and then I lose one. You know what I mean? Now the motherfuckers that got 2 legs gonna be mad at me
I don't
because
think
I
I
don't
don't
have
think anyone would be mad at you that you lost your leg, Casey.
No, but you see what I'm saying is you can't control all the time what your
It's
physicality is.
it's
So
like
that
when
you
it's like
can't
when you're a fitness person, right? And you make your whole life about being fitness,
being fit. Then
and
you
then
gain, you
you
know what I
gain
mean?
weight and you get out of shape, and now you're still pushing it, and you're like, I thought your whole thing was being in shape. Why are you?
Well,
You know,
yeah, that's fair. I mean, if that's interesting. If Chris Brown decided he wasn't gonna dance no more,
Mm-hmm.
is he still Chris Brown?
it does. I don't think
But see,
I
but
don't
that
think
but
that has
but
anything to do with it.
you
I think,
can't see that he dances all the time.
yeah.
Does that make sense? Like Lizzo walked around in spaces. I mean, no shade, no tea. You can see she's big.
Yeah. And then
You know what I
she
mean? I'm
brought
not trying to be
attention
funny.
to that. Like
And
it's
she made sure that if you weren't talking about it, that you had to be talking about. You know what I mean?
exactly
Would
like
we have preferred a public service announcement that like, hey,
I don't think
I
she had
may be
to.
going through something and I need to lose this weight because if I don't, it might get crazy for me.
No, you see, I disagree with that because then it's like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Also,
You shouldn't have to explain your
yeah.
every move. You know what I mean?
It doesn't matter because she was gonna face just because of the way she marketed herself, she was gonna face backlash whether she lost weight or not.
Fair,
Like if she
fair.
was, I mean, if she lost weight, no matter what, she was gonna face backlash
Yeah.
because
I
she
mean,
focused so
I
because
think,
like you said, it was her whole thing. It's
It
like
was her
being
whole. She
it's
was
her
so
whole identity.
centered.
It's like having a
Mhm.
mole on your face, right? A big ass mole, and be like,
I
no, I
like how
love
we're
this
all
mole.
trying to grapple at
Everything's a
analogies.
mole.
I love
Oh
this.
yeah, I love this moly moly mole. And then you get the fucking mole removed. Why?
yeah, that because the mole could be
But you get that's the
a
same
problem.
thing. Like you made it, but let's say there was nothing wrong with the mole. You know what I'm saying? Like Winnie
um,
Harlow. If Winnie
um,
Harlow
So
just decided to
this
go
is
one skin tone, everyone be like, "Yo, what
oh
the fuck?"
shit! Now one skin. So
oh,
this is what
cool out, bro. Cool
But
out.
this
this
is
is
what
the
I'll say.
example
Go
where
I
ahead,
you
left it.
Casey.
I
Go
left.
ahead.
I left it. I left it at the legs because I thought I was doing something, but I wasn't. Now here's the thing because it sounded good in my head. Here's what the other thing that kind of frustrates me too that I've noticed a lot. Now, if you are on my close friends, you're welcome. I go on there and I talk shit, right?
Oh, you sure do.
And one of the things, and I live my best life, and that's my business. That's my prerogative.
Just keep talking your shit.
And um the one of the things that I struggle with is that I feel like now there is no discernment with, hey, this is a public chat. Like we need everybody in the forum versus, hey, you know what, guys, let's get together and let's have a private conversation. And I feel like Lizzo, not saying that her feelings, the way she felt about what Carisha's comments were, I'm not taking away from her, right? I can't tell somebody how to feel or how to interpret what is said. But I do think that that's not a place to live. Instagram Live is not a place to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a private conversation. And I'm not too sure. I want to kind of double back and check, but I don't even know if Carisha's aware that she was recorded on a live. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like also, let people know that they're being recorded. And I say this to say I'm seeing a trend because on the Breakfast Club, there was a whole little meeting powwow that was like it felt like we weren't supposed to be there, but we were there with Jess the Mess and Jess and Lori and the whole Breakfast Club was there. And it felt awkward listening in. Like it was just like, this seems like a team meeting that we're not supposed to be a part of. Like this was a discussion, a pre-huddle before the show. And we were there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a very interesting situation. Jess Hilarious went on IG Live and aired her grievances with the Breakfast Club, specifically to the fact that when Jess was on maternity leave, um, Loren Lorosa was taking the place of Jess's what's the word?
Segment.
Like her segment,
Jess's segment called Jess with the Mess. And to how I interpreted it, she would continue to do Jess with the Mess. And it was like, yo, Jess was like, yo, if that's supposed to be my segment, she needs to have her own segment. Like,
Mm,
just change it to something else that's like,
her
Lauren,
shit.
yeah, Laura, whatever, instead of her being
Oh, so she was
continuing to do
saying
Just
just
with
with
the
the
Mess.
mess.
Like she would talk on Just with the Mess segment while she was on maternity
She
leave.
wouldn't say, "Oh, okay, it's Lauren with just with the mess," but she's basically doing
Oh,
that segment
Yeah,
okay.
she's
with
doing
that. You
that
know what I
set,
mean?
and she was like,
Yeah.
"Yo, why don't she should get her own thing? Cause why is she doing my jump? You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
continuously doing mine." So I totally understand that, but where I believe she kind of went a little crazy was when she was like, she said something to the extent of, I get why Angela Yee. She said, I don't know how Angela Yee did it for so long. She started
Yeah.
then talking about it
Mm-hmm.
allegedly being difficult to be on the Breakfast Club, and she was feeling like nobody would have her back in
Mm.
regards to people online talking about her and things of that nature. Which when they was arguing it, you know, Charlamagne and Envy be like, "Yo, we don't pay attention to
The
to
comments.
the
Mm-hmm.
comments. We just gotta live our lives." And she was like, "I know y'all see it."
Yeah.
She was saying to the Fed, "I know y'all see it. And y'all should be backing me up." But what, KC? I know you originally talked about it, but what is your thoughts on the whole thing?
So my thoughts on Jess is I think it's hard to make a segue into another medium, especially when Instagram or social media is like your main bread and butter, right? I don't think we can say that there's been a lot, not to say it hasn't happened, but there hasn't been a plethora of people who have been able to make that transition and make it like work. I would say just with the mess, that was great for Instagram because our attention span is short, right? And the time frame you have is about what? A minute or so, right? That's different from you going from a minute or so, I'm just filming the shit in my house, to I'm on a syndicated like radio show. That's different, right? The level of preparation and the things you have to have and get in order and a line to be ready for that on air when you're live is different. The prep is different. I don't think that she was in a space where she was ready for that. Based on the episodes I've seen before Loren was on versus now, I think what the issue is that Jess wasn't someone who was, she got in for her one trick and didn't learn other tricks, if that makes sense. Like you were recognized for the things you were doing on Instagram, just with the mess, but you didn't learn any new tricks or did research on like, okay, Angela Yee, she was somebody who I think she lasted so long because she was thorough. She did
She
her
was a
research. She
journalist. She
made
was
sure
actually a
she was
journalist.
a journalist first. And I think just with the mess, you're a comedian first, which is cool. That's fine. But you need to be able to align it to the Breakfast Club and what your role is. And I think Lauren does a great job of being a journalist. And I think I don't want to say that Jess is like intimidated by that, but Jess even named like I know she's good. That's why I picked her to sub me in. But I think being aware of that, if you know she's good, either meet her where she's at or be better. You know what I mean? I will say that if you feel like, because she also mentioned airtime being an issue and having to tell this woman shut up on
Oh yeah,
live
I did
radio
see
was
that.
insane to me. I mean, I think Lauren she gets all my respect and kudos for keeping it very professional and cool on air, but you can't talk to no grown person on live radio talking about some shut up like I'm somebody off the street. That I think that's the other thing is too is Jess has this iHeartRadio doesn't owe you shit. You know what I mean? Like they asked you on, sure, right? Because you were hot at the time. But this is a corporation, so you need to move as such. This is business first. This is nothing personal. There, if Lauren is getting good ratings, I'm absolutely gonna keep Lauren on because she's good for business. I think she's interpreting it too much of a personal dig And I think Charlemagne was trying to get to this and insinuate this, right? He's like, yo, don't worry about the comments. Like, really just dial into what we got going on here. You're allowing that to interfere. But like I said, I think she came in knowing one trick and didn't gain other skills or refine her other skills to make it where she's palatable to more people. Because I think that's why the internet's like, bro, we don't, you could get off, you could get fired, you could go, we're cool.
I
You know
thought
what
it
I mean?
was just crazy in general, like that she even started to go on live to talk about this, like just based off. It was honestly based off the comics, like the comments, and like
Mm.
it all started because a clip of Corey Holcomb talking about that Jess is dealing with getting somebody to replace it that's better than her, and she's intimidated. That got the internet spiraling. People were talking about it. She
Mm-hmm.
sees that, and then she gets all upset in her feelings because she's insecure because she knows
Mm-hmm.
that Loren is good at being on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
I could see where all those feelings come from, but like it goes to show she doesn't really know how to handle like having a real job.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Because she's been in entertainment for so long. If you think about it, she ain't really
Yeah.
had to have jobs where she's had to go to HR or like had to like have a sit down meeting and talk
Allegedly.
about
Oh, I
stuff.
get what you mean.
Allegedly, but I'm just saying because she was also
No, when you
young.
think about it, Ty,
Because she got big.
when
She's
she
a
blew up
comedian. Like
on
she
No,
got
no,
big
Instagram.
as a
it's fair, but
comedian.
it's an assumption. It's an
Yeah,
But
assumption.
like,
no,
it's
that's real.
it's not an assumption when you see how she acted, and how everyone else was like responding, like, "Yo,
Mm.
we have meetings for this and stuff like that."
Mm.
Like, it goes to show she doesn't realize how that job works. Like having a
I'll
job
give you
like
that.
that works, like an
That
office
particular
job,
job. Yeah.
because
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, a radio show is still an office job. They got an office. They go to an office. They have meetings and all this stuff and
Mm-hmm.
discussions and plans. They plan out the week and every day. Like they have a lot of that stuff and they have time to prep and all that. So like I just showed like I showed that like a lack of like experience also and just like
Mm. That's
awareness
fair.
of how to handle situations because they could have fired her. They could have been like, you know what,
They
get
could have.
done.
Ooh,
Get
they
done.
could have.
Because like
Yeah.
anybody else would have did that with their job, they'd be out of there. You know.
Yeah.
To go to the Loren. I mean, I think personally, I think she is better. I did prefer her. I liked Jess at first when she first came on, but then when Loren came on, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, who's this chick? She's actually pretty good. She's a good like. She got good chemistry with Charlamagne and Envy as well. But to see them all on there, I like it. I don't mind it having them both on there. They got to figure that out better, obviously,
Yeah.
because Jess feels like her spot's getting taken and they don't got their own stuff. So I don't know. I think this is all publicity anyway, because
True.
they did a skit after on their YouTube
Yeah, they did a
and
whole
talking
rollout
about
for
it.
Loren Lorosa's
Yeah,
podcast.
and then they announced like literally a couple
Lauren's
days
latest.
later, Lauren's got a podcast coming out of her on her own. So I think it
Yeah,
was just to get people talking
Uh.
personally because they seem good now. You see the show, they like cool beans.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
They laughing and cackling. She
man,
trying to find Lauren a man. It's a whole thing
Angela Yee
on the radio
leaving
today.
was a
Big hit.
that was a big
Mm-hmm.
shoe to fill,
Mm-hmm.
and I think bringing Jess on was like it's like bringing on in sports references it was like Anthony Richardson going to the Colts. It was like somebody with a lot of potential but still raw.
Is Colts football?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Damn,
Yeah.
I didn't get that reference. Okay.
Sorry. Can I think of something?
You got to give me something that's a little more,
Oh man,
aligned.
it was like when the Bucks drafted Giannis. Like Giannis back in the day, Andre, he
She
had
don't know
all of the
basketball either, Tyler. Come on, man. She don't know sports.
If it's not Celtics, I'm
It's
not
okay.
like,
It's
not
like
Celtics.
when
is it like when Brady left to go to
No.
no,
It's
it's
like
like
it's pretty much like when a team picks up a player that doesn't have a lot of experience but has all the potential in the
it's
world.
like when
That's all I'm saying. That's all
Destiny's
I'm trying to
Child
say.
brought on
Mm.
Michelle.
Oh, okay. Got you. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like
Yeah.
just,
Though
I think
Michelle
we
is
still, I
talented.
think we still in the first year.
Potential.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
still the
got
first
you.
year, and she had to
Yeah.
take like 6 months off for the
We
baby.
still in the
So
first year. She had maternity leave. I think she's a good fit. I think she will be a good fit in the future. I mean, of course, she kind of, you could tell she got to work on things like interviewing skills,
Yeah.
things of that nature. But she is hilarious.
she's pretty funny.
No pun
Mm,
intended. I
she's
think
cool.
when her and
All right.
Charlamagne go back and forth, it's a pretty funny event. I mean, Loren was actually. I mean, she went to college for this. She was a producer.
She was at
of the
Yeah.
TMZ
show.
for a good
Yeah,
amount of
so
time.
it's not surprising. I do
She
think.
ain't new to
I just.
this.
I feel like Jess, in the long run, she's going to be great. I think she's going to be great. And maybe I'm
I
saying
think
that
so
just
too.
because she's Baltimore and all, but um, shout
Here's
out to
the
her.
other thing
So
too that
biased.
I'm glad you kind of mentioned it. I think sometimes, and I know the ladies are gonna fucking chew me up for this, but I think sometimes we allow niggas to impregnate us at the wrong time.
Oh yeah, that
We do.
happens all the
We
Well,
do.
time.
And when I say this, and it's not to say, I think it's hard for women because although it's like, well, you can do it with the kid, you can, but society, there's so many barriers. There's so much shit that you could do it, right? But that doesn't mean that you're not gonna have obstacles. That doesn't mean you're not gonna have setbacks. I feel like she was right at the momentum. She had just got Breakfast Club. You know what I mean? She was really just getting in the swing of things, and then boom, you get pregnant by a nigga that's a bum. I mean, he doesn't seem to have much
that's
going on
her. Ain't that
allegedly.
her husband?
That ring that she had was from Chris Brown. I thought
That's
Chris
her.
Brown
That's
bought her
her
that ring.
fiance or husband. I
I
know
don't
they
know if they're
engaged or something
engaged.
like
I
that.
don't know
I'm
if they're
pretty sure
I
they're
don't
engaged.
think
engaged.
I don't think
they
they're
if they're
engaged.
engaged, it's Puerto Rican engagement.
I'm pretty sure they.
Yeah, either they might
Uh,
be engaged. I don't think they're married.
I'm pretty
Also,
sure
you
they
know what?
engaged.
It's unfortunate that she got pregnant because I feel like if
And if
she
somebody
didn't get,
says, "Hey, Casey, I need another example," another example is Cardi B. You know what I
oh
mean?
yeah,
Right at the prime, boom,
she
got
had a
pregnant. I
couple
just
though.
hate to
She
see
had
it.
a couple too.
And
She had
that's the
about
problem.
3 of
I
them.
just hate to see it when we are in our prime. And I don't know if it's the niggas plotting and it's like, hey, trying to secure the bag. I don't know. We got to be better about that. We have
I'm
to.
gonna be the bearer of bad news.
Oh, fuck. What?
Y'all could bring condoms if you got shit going on and tell the nigga to wear a condom. It's a two-way street.
Okay, you got that.
I'm just
Um,
saying.
You
I'm
got
gonna
that. You
tell
got
you,
that. You ate.
but also, bro. And this one thing I learned from our pregnancy. It's never a right time. There will never be a right time to have a child. Never. And if you think there will be, by the time you decide, you be freaking 60. At the end of the
I
day,
mean, that's
when
looking
you feel
more and more like a good age, huh?
yeah, but it won't happen.
You just gotta
It won't happen. Like
you
at
just
the end
have
of
a
the day,
baby. You're living
if
life, a baby, because you just find out you're
like
pregnant.
Yeah,
while you
that's
do
true.
lose momentum,
Yeah.
fair as we see, she's back in her seat and she's continuing to do
But
her thing. It ain't like I know
This is the
it's
one
like a
time I
starting
need
over.
Tyler to be a fucking advocate, and this nigga's like, no, I get it. I
I
understand.
will say, I'll be the advocate. I will
Thank
say.
you, somebody.
I mean, it's not like she was that's not an excuse because people actively try to have babies every day.
What are you saying?
I don't know.
don't
I
know
was
what you're
trying to be
saying.
Tyler's. It's hard. It's really
That was
hard to get in that space. I don't know. I was
that
trying to
wasn't
do
a good
something. I
advocacy.
couldn't. I couldn't get it
That
through.
wasn't
I
good.
thought
All
me
I,
being accurate was saying I thought if she wanted to have a baby, she got a baby.
no, we didn't say
And
that. We were
luckily there was
saying
things
that
in
like,
place. There's
We
things
were
in
we were
place
looking
now.
but
for
it was
you to
just
be
saying it was
more.
like it's still unfortunate because like you said, like she was rearing there, getting good, getting
Yeah.
better, and then she had to take some time off. Even if she wasn't pregnant, had to take time off, that would have messed up her confidence on the radio and everything. Take like
Here,
doing really good at something and then falling off suddenly is gonna be jarring for anybody. Like doing a
so
dead stop.
I'll say this, and then we can flicka, you know what I mean, get to the turntables. But my thing about it is, I just feel like there is this underlining formula, and I don't know if y'all have noticed it. It's something about two niggas and one bitch that just seals the deal.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
We get
So
spicy in the later minutes. Niggas and bitch.
but I'm just saying, this is not gonna be chopped up. You gotta tune in to hear this part. But I'm just saying, I think that there's a balance. Sometimes I feel like 4 is a lot. Like even when we have guests on here, I'm very like,
It's
not to say I
hard.
sit in
It's
the back,
tough.
but you have to be very in tune with one another. So
Yeah.
if you're not in tune with one another, it looks like competitive and like we're fighting for the mic. So I think 3 is cool, and I think that's what we've seen with Angela Yee. It's kind of like I know when to jump in. Charlamagne know, you know what I mean? It's more organized. I think that was the other thing too. Is like you have this fourth person. We 3 still don't have our
You're not good chemistry. The
you know what I
chemistry's
mean?
not
We
there
don't.
yet.
Our chemistry's good, but we haven't refined it yet. And now we're adding a fourth person. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So I
It
really
is
feel
very
like
awkward because you don't
it's
know who's
difficult.
talking. You
It's
don't know
hard.
when to talk. It's kind
Yeah.
of like Sway in the morning. He got mad people on there just yapping. I don't know what the fuck.
Ow.
It's a lot going
It's a
on.
lot
But I
going
say
on.
all this to say, Jess, I hope you continue to get your bag. Lauren, I wish you nothing but the best. Now, I would have said wait on Lauren's podcast because I don't think she had a following for real. I would have waited for her to be on there a little longer before launching. But I mean, I wish them nothing but
I
success,
mean,
you know?
Oh, for
I
sure.
think
For
it's gonna
sure.
work out. I think it's gonna
Yeah.
work out. I do think us needed to be behind closed doors. It was very awkward, even when Envy was going off and shit.
Yeah.
Envy was like,
It'd be funny.
I thought it was corny." And I was like, he had to get up and get a seltzer. That's how you know the nigga was stressed.
Love me some seltzer, boy.
Yeah, I love a
Shout
good
out to the
salsa.
seltzer niggas,
I'm
man.
drinking a gallon a day.
All right, man. Let's move on to some music, man. Appreciate you, Casey. Appreciate all the tea in them. Yeah, let's get on to some music. I had a listener suggestion. Shout out to Patreon member Sam. You know what I'm saying? Much appreciate you. He sent me a song from a rapper that ain't heard from this man since '08.
Dang.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Charles Hamilton.
Charles Hamilton.
You know, he had the song Brooklyn Girls, you know, I ain't got no problem with girls out in Harlem, but
Oh,
nope,
okay.
ain't
Yeah,
nothing
that
like a
was.
No,
Oh,
it's
Brooklyn
yeah,
not.
yeah.
girl.
Not a bell is being rung.
Dang.
Charles Hamilton dropped an EP called
Okay.
Old Heads or Oldie Heads. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I just want to say, because it was a listener suggestion, I tuned in.
Mm.
My nigga, shit ain't for me. I just it had it was like a futuristic vibe to it. The sound sounded like I don't know. It was very interesting. It was very interesting to my ears. It was not for me.
Like in a bad way? You're not. Like, was he putting flavor in here? Like, what was happening?
I don't plan on listening to it again.
Oh, okay.
Why he look like what's that DJ with the robot head?
I know you're talking about, but
Is that something punk?
Daft Punk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Hey, yo, what the fuck is
don't
this shit? I just put what the fuck? Hey, yo, Sam,
So,
bro. I don't know,
with
man.
that
Bro.
being
I just
said-
started
Wait,
playing it. All right,
With
bro.
that being said, we move on. With that being said, we move on. An album that really caught my ears.
Mm.
No ID and Saba. They dropped the album called From the Private Collection of No ID and Saba. This is a beautiful collaboration between a older producer, not old. No ID ain't old, but he's worked with some legends. So this is a great collaboration in my mind between the older producer and the younger artist. And I thought production was absolutely chef's kiss. The first song was cool, but the second joint, Breakdown, beautiful Janet Jackson sample. I was
Okay.
like, this right here, because
I
I was
like
like,
this.
I swear I heard this song before. He sampled Janet Jackson's Lonely, and I was like, oh, this is hard.
Mm.
Oh, this is
hard.
smooth. I like
The whole
this.
album, man, it just gives real, spring, summertime vibes. Features with, Smino had a couple features on there.
Okay.
I
Kelly
think
rolling on here. You know I love me some
Kelly
Kelly.
Rowland. I think one of my favorites was Head Wrap. He had Jordan Ward on there, a couple of other features. I just feel like it's just very well put together. Something I feel like will has been on repeat. And shout out to Saba, because Saba, another Chicago rapper.
Sorry
Saba,
about
another
that.
Chicago rapper out here who's been he know him, but he's been low key.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think he's best known on Revenge of the Dreamers 3. He's had a couple of projects every now and then that's been like slow. His album's been slow.
Yeah.
And so this one is a great, like, oh, he finally got somebody
Mm.
that's gonna bring a good sound to his solo projects, because he's real good on features. But this one is top tier in my opinion. So shout out to them, and of course shout out to No ID, man. Like, this man went from producing 444 and now here, and other things in between, of course. But you know, Kanye used to be like that nigga when it came to sampling. I think you got to give that crown to No ID. What this nigga do with
Mm.
samples
No
is crazy.
ID, man.
Absolutely absurd.
He makes
That
some.
sounds
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying? Last one, man. Shout out to Kaz. Dreamville's on. It's good to hear talk about Dreamville again. It's been a minute. It's been a minute
Yeah.
since any of the Dreamville niggas been out and
Yeah.
about with Dreamville Festival coming. I gotta believe a couple of them are going to start coming out the woodwork. Kaz dropped a freestyle called God's Design, but he also dropped a song called 50 Cent. And it had me, I want to say last week, man, I was listening to D-Day once again.
Okay.
And it had me realize he dropped the EP called Fortunate in 2021 or 22, which for some reason I ain't really
Yeah,
listened
he
to it.
did.
Like,
I
I just
forgot
kind of
about
skimmed
that.
over that joint. And as I go back to it, I was like, damn, this was superb. Like, this was a superb EP. The first song is mad deep, but when you get to higher power and addicted or even fortunate or so am I, like, all of these Jones is just it's hit hard. And I'm like, I'm hoping this is the year for Kaz. He's been kind of in the woodworks, like, I guess figuring things out. He's been on a lot of features, just dropping solos and all this whatnot. And I'm like, I feel like this is gonna be it for him. I feel like this is gonna be his year. He drops the album now, like, yo, this is what we've been looking for since Cause and Effect.
That was 11
So
years ago too.
I know we getting old.
Yeah, we getting up there,
So what
man.
we've
We
been
getting
looking
up
for
there.
since Cause and Effect.
Damn.
So I really hope, and I hope Dreamville bring out all the stops for him.
Hey, Dreamville
Like,
gotta
he
step it up.
deserves.
That's my biggest defeat of all
Yeah,
time.
he deserves. I think Kyle deserves the Cole feature. He gonna need Ari on that joint. He got, he gonna need something with Boz. I know he likes to do a lot of work with Reason. Let's get another Cause and Reason joint. Like, give that nigga whatever he need for the album. I think I feel like this is it. I feel like this is gonna be his year. We'll see how it go though. But yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got this week. Sammy, look, man. Hey, bring me some more recommendations. Bring me
Please
some
bring
more
some more.
recs.
Don't get
I want to hear
discouraged.
some
Oh
more.
yeah,
Don't
yeah,
get
yeah. This ain't no I
no
appreciate you.
disrespect.
Appreciate you hitting nigga up.
We appreciate you interacting with us. You
Tyler
a
Nah,
saying,
member
for
since
real.
and I
day
won't
one,
give
bro.
it
For
another
real.
You
listen.
remember since
For real.
day one. You know what I'm saying?
That's
You
real
part of
shit.
the No Clans fam for real. That was
That's
just
real
bad,
shit.
bro. That
But
scared me.
I
I
will
played it.
say
It scared me.
this
Caught me off guard.
shout out to my nigga. But this the second time he done sent me some bullshit.
Okay, you ain't had to
You
say
ain't
second.
gotta do all
See
that.
what I'm saying?
Wait, what was
'Cause
the
now
first
you
one?
now
What was the first one? What was the
Yo,
first one?
he sent me one of the artists from could have been records.
Oh, I don't want to hear it. You already happy that could have
Now
been.
you know.
You happy that could have
Good
been.
and damn well.
Speaking of could have been, one last
I gotta watch the
thing.
dating show.
The dating show is hysterical. It's so
I
bad for
think it's a
black
little out of
people.
control.
It's so
It
bad
is.
for black people, but it's
It's like
hysterical.
Flavor of Love,
It
but a little
gives
more
Flavor
ghetto.
of Love, but way more ghetto.
I didn't
It's
think you could get
nasty. One
ghettoer
girl
than
peed
Flavor of Love.
herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, right at the pool. She stood at the pool. She couldn't hold it, and she peed right before she jumped in. Stood in a puddle of pee. Just stood in a puddle of piss. It was crazy.
There's no way she could have at least gotten in the
Her
pool, and you
nickname,
know what I mean.
they did jump in the pool after that because they was playing. They was standing around the pool like we're
No.
all gonna jump in the pool at the same time. And then she said, "I gotta go, hurry up." And then she went. She was standing
But that's
on the
out there
camera,
now.
on the camera.
You know what I mean?
It's
On
out
the
There's
there.
you
camera.
can't.
That's something
can't
you
take that
joke
back.
about amongst friends forever. You don't show the world that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, good people.
Yeah.
That's all we got for y'all today, man. We really appreciate y'all tuning in. This is another episode of the No Clearance Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. You feel me? And subscribe to Dare to Talk as well, man. Run them numbers up.
Yeah. Episode drop tonight. Yeah. Check it out.
New episode out now.
Soon, I will be defending Tyler Perry. I will defend him. But we'll talk about this later.
Oh,
Stay black.
Stay blessed.
Peace.